to, just before I upload my videos, I watch them through and I realised that I got into a rather passionate rant last episode about Boris, mainly about the idiots in the general public and also pubs, particularly chain pubs. And I just wanted to elaborate my points on that. I realised I might get into a passionate rant and don't explain my thoughts, and I want to do that. I'm uploading that video tomorrow. Obviously, there's going to be a day or two. Sorry, today is Saturday. Tomorrow is. I forget that you don't see these live as I do. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow I will upload that Sunday, and then Monday I will upload this. So there will be a day between. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe there'll be a lot of Mardy people in the comments. I don't know. But hindsight is a wonderful thing, and I like to make this video and just say, look, I understand maybe I've been a bit harsh on Boris, but is it justified? Probably. I think it is deserved that he gets the criticism that he does. If he hadn't made many mistakes before, it's okay. Like at first, like I said in the other video, I think I did explain this quite well, that he kept making mistakes and making mistakes and making mistakes. If it was a mistake, oh, okay, but it was a mistake. Oh, we don't need to go into lockdown. 3 weeks later, lockdown. Christmas, oh, Christmas isn't cancelled. Oh, we're cancelling Christmas, all but Christmas Day. Numbers went up. It is not a coincidence that all these things keep going wrong, and I think he's got to be held accountable. I also had quite a rant about the public. I know this is very general, the general public, but I think that rant is deserved, and I also think the rant about pubs is deserved, but I also, you need to bear in mind and have respect for these pubs, because one thing I do not want to do is feel that I am blaming the workers at these pubs. I'm blaming the higher up, because they're just wankers, really. I don't like it. It's not right that people are being forced to work in these conditions in a really non-needed thing. I guess people I tell you what, people do need a drink. I tell you, I need a drink. I'm looking forward to being able to go to the pub again. But yeah, Weatherspoons are, like I've said in the previous video, the main problem. I also, we can't just single them out though. Marston's, Hungry Horse, Brewers Fayre. Oh, Brewers Fayre. Probably my favourite. Don't want to slack them off. But no, every point I make is valid, and every point I make is an opinion as well. I can't. No one can state for a fact how much. I mean, we all know that pubs have played a part, but how much pubs have fucked up, and we can't single out pubs, for example, Weatherspoons. But my opinions are here. My opinions, I think, are valid. If people disagree with them, I welcome it. As long as you bring a valid argument, I welcome it. If you don't, you're just another wanker that's not worth my time. But we shall see. It's very interesting to see how these pubs are doing things and how they're reacting. But obviously now they're not reacting because they should. But like so many, particularly non-chain pubs, are doing like takeaways. Where I work does takeaways, and it's fantastic to know there's actually some decent food out there instead of just standard pizza takeaways and stuff like that, like proper fresh cooked food takeaways, like Sunday roast takeaways as well. There's nothing nicer in my mind. So people are adapting and stuff. I guess these bigger companies aren't, because they got enough. And again, they're just chucking folk on furlough. That's why I don't work for these companies, and I'm not at all for 1 second blaming the workers at these companies. You are just working where you're working. I was that once. I really was. It's not fair how you're treated. I'm sure that they try, but I honestly think my main issue is, for me, I'm making this video. I've been spoiled with how well my management have treated me. And again, if you're watching any of you, I can't thank you enough. I'm sure you'll have seen the previous video I made the other day that would have been loaded tomorrow. Yesterday, you know what I mean. But yeah, I can't, like, honestly, the PP was extensive. Sometimes I didn't want to wear it. Sometimes I took my mask off round the back where there was no one, just so I could scratch my beard. But honestly, nothing wrong. The tables, the layout of the restaurants changed entirely, and we turned people away. And that's where I think these chain pubs, they're so desperate to chuck in money. Chain pubs have to meet targets. The pub I used to work at, we're always worrying, target today's this, need to beat it, upsell, give them extra toad in the hole, or give them extra pigs in blankets with the Sunday roast, upsell, will boost us money. That is the problem. My boss, he's got a family one of them's got an underlying health condition, so he's so concerned about health and mental health and physical health over money, and he's obviously doing takeaways as well. That's all stuff like that, so it's safer. Whereas Weatherspoons, where I used to work, at Marston's, they are so driven by the oligarchs, by the rich owners, by the area managers, by the managers. They are so driven by money. I think that's wrong. We're going to be in a recession anyway. They're so driven by money on that Eat Out to help out getting as many people in as they can, overcrowding the pubs, overcrowding the restaurants. And that's why I don't think I elaborated this. Now I've calmed down a day later, like I said on today. I've just calmed down and realised that maybe I've been a little bit... I haven't explained myself. I haven't been harsh, or I'm not. I think my statements are valid. I like to explain myself, and I am. So yes, chain pubs just keep on trying to find as much money from as much places as they can. So they'll try and chuck as many people in. They'll try and swap tables over quickly. Nothing wrong with that, but the amount of pressure that the managers are putting on them, like, this is our target today. And it's just not doable sometimes. I can tell you that there's plenty of times where you don't meet target, but there's some days where you go massively over it. For example, weekdays and weekends. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're dead. Picks up over Thursday, Friday, and then busy Saturday, Sunday. But focus on physical health first. And I think that's priority. I think if some Weatherspoons pubs have got to shut, so bloody well be it. I'd rather have a pub shut near me and, have my grandma alive. But fortunately, none of my great grandma, 92, I said this in a previous video, she's overcome it. Last year I lost a great grandma, a grandma, and a close friend. None of them were to COVID. Not that I know of anyway. They didn't have tests. They just died. COVID could have been a factor, but they didn't have any tests. So, all I can say really is there's a lot of things that could have been done better. And pubs and shops. Because that's not the only thing. I might be talking about pubs. And I tell you what, it makes no sense. Because you can blame pubs. You can blame pubs all you want. You can blame your local Spoons. And you can blame your local Marstons. You can blame your local Node pub. Just name your local Boozer. You can do that. But you also need to think of the bigger picture. I've explained why. I've explained from last video now about pubs. I've explained it well. Now on to another story. We've done pubs, shops. Pubs have been shut. Pubs have been shut since, what is it now? It is now Saturday it's the end of January. It's the 30th of January today. So, by the time this is uploaded, welcome. It's the 1st of February, or you'll probably see it on the 2nd on the Tuesday. It's ridiculous. We are now in February, or we will be when you see this. What means almost a year since this has gone off. Pubs have been shut since November. Most of them have stayed in Tier 3 and not opened again. Like mine, like my area, the area I'm talking about. So this is from my perspective. But what opened through December? Shops. Let me tell you, where I live, went on a walk into town, didn't even attempt to go to the shops. The queue for Primark, and people that have seen it as well will have seen the queue for Primark in Birmingham, the biggest Primark in the country, maybe in the world, I'm not sure, definitely the country. And they had like cattle, like motherfucking cattle, like a grid. It's ridiculous, the amount of people queuing outside Primark. That's ridiculous. The whole shebang, the whole idea of it is ridiculous. So I've slagged off pubs, and rightfully so. Some of them weren't properly done because pubs were too busy trying to get the money in. I'm not slagging off the workers. I'm slagging off the owners, giving them too high targets, basically forcing them to break COVID rules to meet their targets, and it's not right. But also, as well as that, there is shops. Also, as well as that, there is the Christmas Day palaver. Quite ridiculous, but oh well. Shops. The amount of people in shops. Meadowall. Rammed. I went to Meadowall because it was Christmas and I needed stuff and the stuff wasn't online. And I'll tell you what, I went once and I didn't go back because it was ridiculous. I thought this is just a COVID breeding ground and it's ridiculous. So don't just blame pubs. I know I focused on them last episode because there was a passionate rant, but shops, ridiculous. And next episode, I'm going to make a third after I've made this. I'm going to talk about COVID Christmas catastrophe. Because it just was. But yes, I think I've explained my point from the previous episode that I made the other day. Well, I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make COVID catastrophe at Christmas straight after I've made this. So I won't release that until Tuesday or Wednesday. Because that just makes sense to me. So I'm not chucking loads of you all at once. Probably Wednesday, because Tuesday I'll upload Dead by Daylight. But yeah, I'm going to make as many of these as I want. As you know, I've set out my plan. Daily FIFA 21. One Dead by Daylight on Tuesday. One Warzone on Friday. And then I was going to make one of these conversations. But while I've got stuff to chat about, I'll talk about them. So there we go. So that's my explanation on pubs and also rant about shops. Primark. While pubs are still shut, I don't understand how you can't sit 2 metres away from someone in a pub and eat a meal, but you can go in Primark, where they're queuing like cattle, and go into Meadowall. I've seen the pictures on Snapchat. They're ridiculous. It is a joke. But that's Boris. He thinks it's okay to open pubs, shut pubs, but it's fine to open Primark, where everyone's not social distancing. I can't work it out. Boris, you fucked up. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting. And my comments section is always open. I hope you agree with me. If you don't, explain. I disagree with your decision because you're wrong. Bullshit. Fuck off. Give me a reason why. I have given you reasons why I have these opinions. Doesn't make them right, just makes them more respectable. So give me yours in the comments down below. Let me know. I'd like to hear them because I just do. World wouldn't be round if, well, saying that, some people have an opinion that the world's flat. That is wrong, factually. But basically, saying before I say goodbye is, give me your opinions. They're never wrong because they're opinions. Some of them will be factual, but my opinion is pubs should be run better and not focus so much on money. Focus on safety first. Same with shops. Primark too busy opening the doors, getting people in. Focus on the safety of customers and social distancing first. I shall see you probably Wednesday or Thursday for a COVID catastrophe at Christmas. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and goodbye. Cheers.